Leopard Conservancy's 7th Annual Artwork and Poetry Contest 2025. The theme of this year's contest was Interwoven Destiny, protecting snow leopards to protect our planet. We're going to be celebrating the snow leopard today and announcing the winners of the contest. Our destiny is interwoven with that of our natural world. By working together with local communities to protect the snow leopard, a keystone species of the high mountain Central Asian ecosystem, we're helping to maintain biodiversity of animal and plant life, which is important for ecosystem health and stability. Also known as the third pole, this fragile ecosystem contains the third largest store of fresh water on the planet in the form of permanent ice. Melting ice feeds Asia's 10 largest rivers, providing water for drinking and irrigation to more than 1.3 billion people, approximately 20% of the world's population. The ecological significance of the snow leopard. The snow leopard plays an essential role in maintaining the balance of the high mountain ecosystem. By controlling population numbers of its herbivorous prey species, it helps to prevent overgrazing, which can result in erosion and ultimately degradation of the landscape. The presence of an apex predator like the snow leopard is thus essential in order to avoid these detrimental effects, not only on wildlife, but also on domestic animals and rural communities. Then we have the cultural significance of the snow leopard. Beyond protecting this great cat for its important ecological significance, we are also safeguarding a species that, through its cultural and spiritual link with humanity, provides us with the hope of a peaceful and enduring future. The snow leopard has long been regarded as a spiritual being and a source of spiritual power. It's seen as an overseer of the landscape, a guardian of the plants and animals that live within it, and a cultural symbol of strength and perseverance. Interconnectedness. As author and photographer Bjorn Pearson tells us from the book Searching for the Snow Leopard, long before humans appeared, it was roaming the snow-capped ridges of the mountains. Unmoved by human destruction and with wisdom reflecting in its iridescent blue-green eyes, it still patrols the ridges as it has done for so many centuries, watching over the world. And so we must do whatever we can to protect the snow leopard, not only because its presence ensures the stability of the high mountain ecosystem, but also because this mysterious cat, in some way, provides hope for humanity. When we save the snow leopard, we're not just saving a species from extinction, we are saving ourselves. Now I'd like to introduce the 2025 judging panel to you. I believe one of our judges is with us today, and first, we have Fiona Anderson. She joins the judging panel this year for the artwork division. She's a small animal veterinarian living and practicing in Melbourne, Australia. Fiona's passion for animals overflows into her artwork, where she draws and paints in graphite, pastel scratchboard, and the occasional oil. Her artwork embraces animals and birds of all types. However, her passion is the big cats. Each artwork is painted with the aim of capturing the integrity and uniqueness of an individual animal, be it family pet or tiger, parrot, or galloping horse. Fiona's been a longtime participant in the Snow Leopard Conservancy's contest from the first year. Her pastel On a Mission received the first grand prize artwork award. And Anne, you're with us today. Would you like to say hi? You can go ahead and unmute if you'd like.
Sure, I'll say hi to everyone. Thank you for coming this morning. It's morning for me. And it's always really a pleasure to judge this contest. And I enjoy the artwork and the poetry. And it's always very difficult to judge this contest because there are so many great entries. So thank you for participating.
Thanks, Anne. It's wonderful to have you with us today. Anne joined the judging panel in 2024, I believe. Retiring from a career in public health in 2016, she went on to become a writer. Primarily interested in poetry, she also writes essays and short stories. Her poems have been winners in the Snow Leopard Conservancy artwork and poetry contest over the past few years. Her interest in snow leopards in the Himalayas began when she spent a college semester studying in Nepal many years ago. Since then, she's traveled to Ladakh, Sikkim, Bhutan, Tibet, and is passionate about the Himalayas and the snow leopard conservation. Her other conservation interests include wolves and their habitat in the United States. She volunteers at Wolf Haven International Sanctuary for Rescued Wolves, where she shares her knowledge of wolves with children and adults. Other interests include exploring new places, walking, yoga, and horseback riding. Next, we have Monica Ducloud. She joined the judging panel last year. She has a master's degree in graphic communications and more than 30 years of experience in design, advertising, printing, and digital communication fields. She was an art director for advertising and design firms in New York, Mexico City, and San Francisco. Her work's been published in Advertising Age magazine. But for the last 20 years, Monica has worked as an independent graphic designer. She designs our annual impact report, campaigns that go out, such as our fall campaign. She designed our most recent website. And Monica specializes in nonprofits, particularly those working for the environment and wildlife conservation. She has a passion for wildlife conservation. She regularly participates in endangered species conservation efforts. For 14 years, she spent every Friday caring for sick, injured, or orphaned seal pups at the Marine Mammal Center in Northern California. And she participates in dog agility with her dog, Leica. Margaret G. hails from Sydney, Australia. Excuse me. She's worked in publishing for over 30 years, and for the last 20, she's been a literary agent specializing in memoirs and nonfiction works focusing on nature, Himalayan cultures, anthropology, history, animal welfare, and wellness. Margaret represented us as our agent for the book Searching for the Snow Leopard Guardian of the High Mountains. Margaret has visited Bhutan 8 times and traveled extensively in Nepal, India, Burma, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. She regularly attends the Jaipur Literature Festival and went on her first snow leopard expedition in 2019. She returned to Ladakh in January of 2023. She is the Snow Leopard Conservancy's Australian ambassador. We also have Carolyn McKenzie. She is the secretary for our board of directors. She's always wanted to be a wildlife biologist, and at age 20, she backpacked across Africa, India, and the Middle East. She received her master's in biophysics and a Bachelor of Science in Zoology, both from the University of California, Davis. Along the way, though, her direction changed. She recently retired after a distinguished 40-year career in the field of health physics. Her broad experience includes the development of a computer-based international radiation safety training course for on-site test ban treaty inspectors, securing and disposing of dangerous radioactive sources for the University of California and for Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. And we have Darla Hillard, who I'm sure most of you know are acquainted with. Together with her husband, Dr. Rodney Jackson, they co-founded the Snow Leopard Conservancy 25 years ago. Their continued work with rural communities led to the establishment of the Snow Leopard Conservancy in 2000 and development of grassroots interventions, including predator-proof corrals, Himalayan homestays, and other economic incentives for transforming the snow leopard from a pest to a valuable asset in the eyes of local people. I'm sure many of you have her book, Vanishing Tracks, 4 Years Among the Snow Leopards of Nepal, which is an extraordinary personal accounting of the hardships and the successes of their landmark radio tracking study in Nepal. Darla's also written for Traveler's Tales, San Francisco, and Bay Nature magazines. She was a contributor to the book Searching for the Snow Leopard and was lead author for the chapter Environmental Education for Snow Leopard Conservation in the book Snow Leopards, which was published in 2016 to launch the Elsevier Press series Biodiversity of the World, Conservation from Genes to Landscapes. And this book I always refer to as the Bible of snow leopard information. Darla has served as the Conservancy's education director until her retirement and now continues to advise the Land of Snow Leopard Network. And then there's myself. I'm Siobhan Kidd. I'm a wildlife conservation educator. I've served the Conservancy in an outreach capacity since 2014. I've maintained their presence on social media and edit our monthly newsletter that goes out digitally. I served as the administrator of the website for about 5 years. I hosted online programs during the pandemic called Conservation Cat Chats. And I handle all of our online fundraising sales. And I'm the coordinator of the contest, the artwork and poetry contest. I was an instructor at the Nashville, Tennessee Zoo, and I developed and coordinated a junior zookeeper program at our local zoo here in the Quad Cities. I created a multi-age snow leopard conservation program for the Conservancy, and I'm usually the person who's responding to student inquiries when they write to us and ask for help with projects and papers. I was the author of Searching for the Snow Leopard Guardian of the High Mountains with my co-author Bjorn Pearson. I interned with the Conservancy, which is how I got started with them, and I got my master's from Western Illinois University and my bachelor's from Augustana College, a liberal arts college in Rock Island, Illinois. I've taught at the intermediate and high school grade levels in science, and I've been a guest lecturer at Western Illinois. This year, our judging criteria was based on 4 main tenets: interpretation of the theme, portrayal of the beauty and strength of the snow leopard, creativity, uniqueness, and originality, and the judge's overall impression. I have a video here for us. It's regarding the Snow Leopard Scouts of Nepal and how our partners in Nepal are empowering the youth.
Riksong and Nima Gurung from Lupra village in the Annapurna Conservation Area Mustang are embarking on a journey with their conservation teacher, Tenzing Gurung. Their destination is the Snow Leopard Scouts Monitoring Camp, held at Chongur Pastureland and Thorang Phidi, snow leopard habitats above the holy Muktanath Temple at 4,000 meters, where they are joined by other students. This annual gathering unites students, teachers, field rangers, and citizen scientists, conservationists with a shared mission, exploring the elusive snow leopard's habitat and learning the essential skills to protect it. Here, young students train in camera trapping and identifying prey species such as blue sheep, while creative workshops inspire them to convey conservation messages through art, story writing, and drama sessions.
मैले यो क्यामेरा ट्र्याप गरेको चाहिँ 2012 देखि सुरु गरेर अहिलेसम्म गरेको छु र मैले गरेकोमा 2012, 13, 14 मा गर्दा चाहिँ लगभग 4वटा स्नो लेपर्ड पढेको रेकर्ड छ।
हामी घरपसङ गाउँपालिकाले अनुमति दिएर टेका समूह नेपाल मार्फत विद्यालयमा यो हिउँचितुवा संरक्षण सम्बन्धी पाठ्यक्रम र पाठ्यपुस्तक लागू भएको थियो र विद्यार्थीहरूले सैद्धान्तिक ज्ञान त विद्यालयबाट प्राप्त गर्नु भएको थियो, तर व्यावहारिक रूपमा चाहिँ फिल्डमा लगेर यो मोनिटरिङ क्याम्पहरू सञ्चालन गर्दाखेरि उनीहरूले सैद्धान्तिक रूपमा सिकेको विषयलाई व्यवहारमा कसरी उतार्ने भन्ने सन्दर्भमा विद्यार्थीहरूले ज्ञान प्राप्त गरेको अवस्था छ।
But this effort doesn't end in Mustang. It extends to the Kanchenjunga Conservation Area in Taplejung. The community-based Snow Leopard Conservation Project, led by Teka Samuha Nepal and funded by the Snow Leopard Conservancy, is implemented in Taplejung by the Himali Conservation Forum. Students are actively engaged in hands-on conservation activities. Becoming ambassadors for one of the planet's most enigmatic creatures. Thanks to these community-driven initiatives,
यसको संख्या चाहिँ संसारभरमै एकदम कम छ, बुझ्यो नि। यो सबैले त देख्ने भए यसरी हामी दुःख गरेर यसको पढ्नुको लागि हामी आउँदैनौँ न क्या, बुझ्यो नि। यसको पपुलेसन, वर्ल्ड पपुलेसन एकदम कम्ती छ क्या संसारभरमै। त्यो भएर यस्ता स्पिसिसहरूलाई चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ कन्जर्भ गर्नुपर्छ।
through the project's efforts, Snow leopard conservation education has been integrated into school curricula in Mustang, and Taplejung is set to adopt it soon, reaching over 700 students across both conservation areas.
मेरो छोराले हिमचित्र संरक्षण सम्बन्धी धेरै रुचि राख्छ अनि जानेको कुराहरू हामीलाई सिकाउँछ।
मैले यो किताब पाएर धेरै नै राम्रो लागिरहेछ। यसमा केही संरक्षणको बारेमा थाहा पाउन सक्छु। यो संरक्षण हो, यहाँ धेरै कुराहरू पाइन्छ हिउँ चितुवाको, त्यसैले गर्दा मलाई राम्रो लाग्छ।
संरक्षण भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ एउटा व्यक्ति अथवा संस्थाले मात्र चाहिँ सम्भव हुँदैन। सबै हामी चाहिँ आफ्नो क्षेत्रबाट जिम्मेवार हुनुपर्छ।
यो चिता हिमालको रानी हो, यो चिता छैन भने हिमालको शोभा हराउँछ।
This education not only protects snow leopards, but also preserves the fragile Himalayan ecosystem, fostering a hopeful future where humans and snow leopards coexist.
Now we'll move into our first category, digital media artwork, adult 18 and over. In third place, Snow Leopard Saved Your Memory Forever, a digital drawing by Anju Panwar Rajesh. The judges commented, quite creative. It's a beautiful drawing. Encompasses the theme very well. And in second place, Ghost Sighted, a digital drawing by Carla Marquez. Beautiful. The judges commented, wonderful background of leaves and snow. And in unanimous first place for our digital drawing, Interwoven Destiny by Lori Prindle. Reference photo, Shutter, stock by Photography, Daniel Prudick and Andrew Chital. The judges commented, stunning, really grabs you. Astonishingly beautiful. The leopard's eyes are particularly stunning, as are the delicate colors and finely worked fur. I also love that the eye color is reused in the background to create color balance in the piece. Elegant and technically excellent work. Stunningly beautiful, fabulous use of color. Truly exemplifies the theme. Congratulations, Lori, on being our first place digital artwork. Beautiful. Our next category is combination media artwork, which is a combination of traditional and digital, adult 18 and over. In second place, we have Ghost of the Mountain from Marcia Civic, a colored pencil and digital drawing. The judges commented, striking, I like the third eye. Beautiful, draws you in. Interesting exemplification of the theme. Ghost of the Mountain by Marcia Civic. And in first place, combination artwork. This is the artist's narrative. This painting offers a deeply symbolic portrayal of a snow leopard. The central focus is the creature's mesmerizing gaze, eyes rendered in an azure blue that serves as a focal point against the warm, earthy tones of its fur and the surrounding background. Through this powerful portrait, the painting not only celebrates the majestic beauty of the snow leopard, but also serves as a potent reminder of the invisible yet unbreakable connections with our planet's biosphere. The Eyes of the Eternal Web aims to compel the viewer to acknowledge the leopard's critical role as a sentinel of a delicate balance, its very existence safeguarding the intricate network of life that sustains us all. Eyes of the Eternal Web, an oil on gallery wrapped canvas highlighted with digital software from Dr. Priyanjali Banerjee. The judges commented, quite effective, fabulous use of color. Next, we have unique media artwork, youth 11 and under. And in first place, Streaking Striking Radiance, an acrylic on a jute bag from Kuhu Kacher. Beautiful. The judges commented, nice colors. This is an amazing piece of work, creative and quite playful. I love the pink and red hills with the cool colors reserved for the snow leopard. This could have led to confusion in depth, however, there's no doubt the leopard is in the foreground because of the excellent use of detail. Streaking, striking radiance. Congratulations, Kuhu. And now, our unique media artwork, adult 18 and over. And we had some very unique artwork in this category this year. In sixth place, the artist's narrative. My fascination and love for wildlife runs so deep that I decided to get my body covered with tattoos of animals around 8 years ago. For as long as I can remember, I felt a strong connection to snow leopards, so I wanted the tattoo to be the biggest and most striking. This year, I finally started the project and finished the tattoo in 3 sessions and a total of 22 hours of paint. This one is entitled Snow Leopard, Forever Connected, Tattoo Art. The artist is Kevin Florian Labuda, and the canvas is Raphael Malarchik. Stunning. Reference photo is by Don Johnston. The judges commented, wow, what a tattoo. Impressive. Beautiful, literal portrayal of the theme. In fifth place, this painting's narrative is profoundly shaped by the theme of Mother Nature, wise protector of our planet, here personified as the daughter of the Himalayas, locally called Kanchan Kanya. Her protective embrace is subtly rendered with her presence being felt as the ultimate guardian. The majestic snow leopard is depicted as a sacred trust, its future explicitly being safeguarded by this maternal force of nature. Overall, this painting is understood not merely as a visual representation, but as a sensory experience. The interplay between the smooth oil paints and the rough raised textures, the natural elements of wood scrapings, clay, and sand textured modeling paste, and the layered complexity of collages engages and evokes a sense of emotion to protect the snow leopards. The foundation of this piece is formed by linen fabric, offering a subtle organic texture. Whispers of the Himalayas, a collage of sculpture paste, gloss gel, wood scrapings, clay, sand, linen fabric, wet wipes, alcohol ink, spray paint, and oils on a gallery wrapped canvas from Dr. Priyanjali Banerjee. Colorful, brilliant use of colors. Look at that adorable face. This is one I would love to be able to see in person and see the 3D aspect. In fourth place of our unique media, Dreams, a plasticine on canvas from Dina Leonova. Beautiful. Brilliant use of color this year. Dreamy quality comes through from the judge. And in third place, this peyote bead woven bracelet is a tribute to the majestic snow leopard Bhutan, a symbol of grace and resilience. The intricate pattern created by interweaving beads on a single thread mirrors the delicate balance of nature and the interconnectedness of all life. Bead weaving is a technique deeply rooted in the Native American heritage. It's a meditative and spiritual practice where each bead is carefully placed to form a harmonious design. The bracelet showcases not only the beauty of the snow leopard, but also honors the traditions of the Native American ancestors. It's entitled Snowfall Symphony, Beads of Bhutan from Maria Gomez. Reference photo is from the artist. Beautiful. Very delicate and very well done on the coloring. Lovely, thoughtful. Even the choice and use of the media exemplifies the theme of maintaining harmony and balance throughout the ecosystem by recognizing our interconnectedness. Lovely. And in second place, the artist tells us snow leopards are called ghosts of the mountains because of their elusive nature. Their coats blend into the snowy, rocky environment, making them difficult to see. The piercing gaze of this feline, whose photo was captured on a camera trap by Sasha Fonseca, reflects a world that is both beautiful, and fragile. As these magnificent animals face increasing threats from climate change, habitat destruction, and poaching, my hope is that Silent Watcher will raise awareness about the urgent need to protect these animals. From Tina Freudenberger, Fiber Art Quilted and Raw Edge Applique, Silent Watcher. Again, the reference photo is from Sasha Fonseca. Beautiful. I would surely like to see all of these unique media artwork presentations in person. Stunning. Portrays the snow leopard in its natural environment very well. Striking, very effective shadows. Beautiful. And in first place, the snow leopard watches over the village from the mountain. The layers represent the snow leopard's connection with the environment, flora, animals, and people. A concrete relief from Erica Gabor entitled Layers of the Dialogue. Stunning. Congratulations, Erica. The judges commented, impressive technique that is quite effective. Fabulous, amazing skillfulness with the choice of media. The perspective of looking down at the snow leopard who is looking down, surveying its mountain home is amazing. Even the shadow is perfection. Good job. This is a piece that caught my attention from the first view. I admit I am a detail junkie, yet the simplicity of this piece spoke to me. The use of concrete creates a story itself. It is such a hard and durable product, yet the art is delicate. I see an animal surviving in the harshness of an increasing modern world. Layers of the dialogue. Congratulations again, Erica. And now we'll move to our next video. This is from Pakistan, Saving the Snow Leopard. This is a construction of a predator-proof corral.
जब वादी पर रात की तारीकी छा जाती है तो वो पहाड़ों से उतरता है, इंतजार करता है मकीनों के सोने का। अंधेरे की आड़ लेकर वो हमला करता है। पाकिस्तान के शुमाल में हिमालय का हैरत कदा है। कुदरत के ये मनाजिर इस कदर खूबसूरत है कि देखने वाले सांस लेना भूल जाते हैं। पहाड़ों, बर्फजारों, चश्मों और चट्टानों की ये दुनिया बहरहाल एक तवाज़ुन पे कायम है। इन यखबस्ता इलाकों में बसने वाले किसान अपने लिए बहुत मेहनत से जिंदगी की हिद्दत पैदा करते हैं। इनके लिए इनके खेत, मवेशी और पालतू जानवर ही सब कुछ हैं। मौसम की शिद्दत के अलावा भी इन जानवरों को कुछ खतरा दरपेश हैं और इनमें एक बड़ा खतरा बर्फानी चीते का है। अपनी मखसूस पोस्तीन के सबब बर्फानी पहाड़ी सिलसिलों का ये जानवर कभी कभार ही शिकार के लिए इंसानी आबादियों का रुख करता है, लेकिन माहौलियाती तब्दीलियों, इंसानी आबादकारी और कई दीगर अवामिल के सबब बर्फाब का ये चीता अब सिर्फ शिकारी ही नहीं बल्कि खुद भी शिकार है। जंगली हयात की जो कड़ियां एक एक करके नापैद हो रही हैं, इनमें एक सिलसिला इन बर्फानी चीतों का भी है। इंसानी आबादियों में इस चीते का शिकार एक रद्द-ए-अमल के तौर पर किया जाता है। शुमाल के छोटे छोटे देहातों में कभी कभार बर्फानी चीते का एक ही हमला काफी नुकसान पहुंचा सकता है। लिहाजा यहाँ की इंसानी आबादी इसे अपना दुश्मन तस्वुर करती है और इसके शिकार में खासी दिलचस्पी लेती है।
नया जमींदार जो नई खेते नोर बांको नई औलाद पन पसे नया लेके टासें लेकिन दुल्ला खेते नुकसान थन मचिक ना इतांस जर नया दिले चिबेक।
इंसान और इसके माहौल के दरमियान पुरअन बकाए बाहमी या पीसफुल कोएग्जिस्टेंस का फलसफा है। इसी फलसफे में वो तवाज़ुन मौजूद है जो किसी भी एक नौ के जानदार को हद से बढ़ने या कम नहीं होने देती। बल्तिस्तान वाइल्ड लाइफ कंजर्वेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या BWCDO ने 1999 में इसी सोच के साथ अपने सफर का आगाज किया था।
We started in 1999 in one village. We applied for the Rolex Award, and the money that we got, we expanded the project in 10 more valleys. It's about 15,000 people that our project is reaching out to. There are basically three components of our project. Number one is compensation schemes. The second component is predator-proof corrals. The third is population monitoring through camera trapping and genetic analysis.
मंसूबे के इब्तदाई हिस्से में बर्फानी चीते से वाबस्ता खौफ और हिरासानी का तदारुक किया गया। मकामी लोगों को ये एहसास दिलाया गया कि ये जानवर कुदरत की तख्लीक है और एक बड़े माहौलियाती निज़ाम का हिस्सा है। एक तरफ मुतासरा किसानों में मुआवजे की तकसीम का अमल शुरू किया गया तो दूसरी तरफ बर्फानी चीते की आबादी के बारे में अदाद शुमार इकट्ठा करने के गर्ज से इनकी मुमकिना गुजरगाहों पे कैमरे लगाए गए। इन कैमरों से हासिल होने वाली तस्वीर और वीडियोस एक ऐसा नादिर ज़ख़ीरा है जो कई इल्मी मकासद के लिए इस्तेमाल होगा। जो सफ़र 1999 में शुरू हुआ था वो अब 1/4 सदी पुराना हो चुका है। कहने में ये बात जितनी आसान सुनाई देती है, करने में इससे कहीं मुश्किल थी। मगर शायद हर मंजिल का रास्ता मुश्किल से मशरूत है। रोशनी की वो एक किरण जो एक देहात के आंगन में चमकी थी, अब 17 देहातों कस्बों का मुकद्दर है। इस सफर में मुकामी आबादी का साथ मिलना यूं भी जरूरी था कि ये मंसूबा इनसे मुताल्लिक था और इसकी कामयाबी इनके ताउन से मशरूत थी। तंजीम से जुड़ने वाले अब सिर्फ किसान नहीं, क्योंकि ये बात अब समाजी शऊर का हिस्सा बन चुकी है कि माहौल एक मुश्तरका असासा है, इसकी हिफाजत इज्तमाई जिम्मेदारी है। बल्तिस्तान वाइल्ड लाइफ के प्रोजेक्ट्स में अब और भी कई जहतें शामिल हो चुकी हैं। हमें यह समझना है कि शुमाल की खूबसूरती इस गैर मामूली तवाजुन के सबब है जो यहाँ की जंगली हयात और फितरी माहौल में सदियों साथ रहने से वजूद में आया है। हम इस कहानी में सबसे आखिर में आए हैं, सो इसके सब किरदारों को बचाने की जिम्मेदारी भी हमारी है। याद रखिए, हम घर, शहर और मुल्क तो बदल सकते हैं, मगर ये सयारा नहीं, जमीन बनी नौ इंसान का पहला और आखिरी ठिकाना है और हमें इसे हर कीमत पे बचाना है।
Wanted you to see that your artwork and your poetry goes a long way to creating awareness for this magnificent species and to help us in our conservation efforts with our in-country partners, such as in Nepal and in Pakistan. And now we have poetry, youth 11 and under. In first place, Contemporary Lanes from Kuhu Kacher. Snow leopards trolling down the mountains during their life, doing what they want, communicating without monitors, writing their name, and not getting scolded by their teachers and elders. We know animals do not yet have an educational system, always free to do anything they want. They are so pretty with their bounty. This brings us to put on our thinking caps. They are out of the world. Who said they do not have a brain? Snow leopards are smarter than you are. Fellow human, they always were with your educational privilege. They are superior, except for the fact that they're going to remain cuter than we do each time. Every day, I trust them on everything they do and say. Whilst our paths cross, I opine they are super coolers, maintaining the equilibrium with ease and style, without ever falling into the trap of, we commanded it. Very cool. Good thoughts on comparing our education system with the natural world. Congratulations, Kuhu. And now we have our honorable mention in traditional media artwork, adult 18 and over. The artist's narrative says that this piece portrays a snow leopard cub emerging from behind a tree, a symbol of innocence and survival. While the cub's form is rendered in charcoal to reflect fragility and shadows, the eyes are drawn in colored pencil, representing life, hope, and the interwoven future he shares with our planet. By protecting him, we protect the balance of nature and the tomorrow we all share. This is entitled Peering into Tomorrow, Charcoal and Colored Pencils on Paper from Deep T. Jane. Reference photo, Robert Sajowski. Beautiful. Great intensity. Nicely done. Peering into tomorrow. Our first honorable mention. Next, from the artist, high among the silent peaks where the wind speaks in whispers and the snow leopard gives way to stone, and the snow gives way to stone, the snow leopard endures, elusive, untamed, and vanishing. In this piece, it watches from its rocky throne, eyes scanning the horizon, ever aware, ever present. This honorable mention is entitled The Summit Sentinel. It's a watercolor from Jasmine Holbeck. Reference photo, Matthias Poland. Beautiful. I love watercolors. The judge commented, I can sense the anticipation in the waiting, the motion in stillness, the kinetic energy. The snow leopard does this so well. The exemplification of patience, watching, waiting, observing, always at the ready. Beautiful. Our next honorable mention is She, Pastels on Pastel Mat from Diane Saunders. She jumps out at you. Very effective. Beautiful. Gorgeous, Diane. The detail. Our next honorable mention is Ghost, a soft pastel from Sophie Parkhill. Reference photo from the artist. Striking animal from the judge. Beautiful, Sophie. Beautiful. Our next honorable mentions, the narrative from the author, or from the artist, excuse me, says, I don't specifically have a narrative as I like the viewer to interpret their own thoughts and feelings. But in choosing the title and overall mood of the artwork, I wanted to portray the beauty, strength, and elusiveness all in one, like rare diamonds and jewels surviving in the very highest and often challenging habitats. This piece is entitled Solitaire. It's from Rosabelle, and it's a pastel on pastel matte paper with a reference photo from Nuri Beats. Beautiful. Just shimmers. From the judges, the background gives us a mystical feel. Beautiful animal. I concur. The eyes just capture you. Our next honorable mention. I like to keep some images unfinished, leaving a space for the viewer to enter in and hopefully create a dynamic sense. This drawing, I think, emphasizes the vulnerability of these great cats and, yes, the precarity of our old earth. So perhaps this snow leopard is coming forth with a message for all of us. It's entitled The Eyes, the Mind from Susan Liebeck, compressed charcoal on paper. Beautiful, Susan. Disappearing on the paper, an effective expression of the animal's nature. Next, the voice of rocks and winds. This look of the snow leopard is an allegory of the Earth's voice. Planes streak across the sky, somewhere high up beyond the thin layer of the atmosphere. Satellites and space stations are circling. It seems to people that they have conquered the world, mastered even the sky, but no, this is not the case. Humanity is still tied to the earth and depends on its well-being. The image of the snow leopard in this drawing seems to remind us once again, the earth is our common home. Take care of him. The Voice of Rocks and Winds, a soft pastel from Ekaterina Drostinian. Katerina is a longtime participant. She's been with us since the first contest. The eyes draw you in, intensity. You can see the relationship to the tiger in this drawing. Tigers and snow leopards are most closely related. And then we have Enjoy, Not Spoil My Ecological Serenity. Watercolors on cold pressed paper from Anjou Panoir Rajesh. This truly exemplifies the theme. Beautiful. Wonderful exploration of the theme. This piece literally speaks to you. Many hidden gems. Good job. Yes, it took me a while to see the W in the mountains. And down in the corner, the Snow Leopard Conservancy. And the young man looking through the spotting scope. Very well done. Next, we're going to visit Nepal again. This is one of our partners' video of a newly constructed community corral where the ladies constructed the chain link roof. This video was used as a source for one of our entries this year. I'll be showing it a little bit. It's almost an optical illusion there. That is a stone corral, but it looks like it's just a roof, but there's actually walls there. It's kind of an interesting illusion there, but a very successful community corral. And now we move into our poetry division, adult 18 and over. In 8th place, Snowshine from Rhonda Varsane. This snow child, this leopard wild made by and of God, roams the highest roads alone. This creature of snowshine lives among the harshest conditions of the planet, scaling steep, slippery slopes, using its thick, bushy tail for balance. Broad snowshoe paws covered in fur, I easily tread unstable surfaces. 33 inches of snow is an easy tread. As I stand advantages on ridges which also share their shade, muzzle short, nostrils large, breathing in the cold to warmth. My multi-purpose thick furry tail I use as a blanket, wrapping it around my face for warmth. My thick-haired underbelly is whitish. I have spots and rosettes. Himalayas, Tibetan Plateau, and Mongolia I live, as elsewhere. Roaring I do not do. I prefer to meow, grunt, and moan. I am a loner. I am majestic and elusive and fight the threats of habitat loss, degradation, climate change, and human encroachment. The story ends with the conflict stopping and my beauty known forever, for this is God's will. Very nicely done. And in 7th place, Ice Heart by Isabella de la Torre. The blizzard teaches all things to its children, as the queen of the mountains stalks along the cliffsides with her leopard children. When the wind carries her fur across the world, some of us can recognize the scent of her freedom, while others turn themselves away from the child inside who loved her. When the snow leopard growls, the earth shakes, splits, trembles, and snow falls to the cities below. Spirits wander into human hearts, chill the bone through the marrow. Yet the generations still wonder what force from the heavens conjured winter. Nicely done. And in 6th place, The Ever Elusive Snow Leopard in Me from Sean Mukherjee. The snow leopard, the gray ghost of the mountains, so marked with spots, you are and so elusive. You camouflage yourself in the mountains, but why do you fear the world so? Is it because you seek refuge and want to be hidden from the world beyond you? You are so majestic, yet so quiet. Why so? Your spirit lives within me. Your silence speaks to me. Like you, I am searching for solace. I look at you as a reflection of me. You bring that strength to me. You are so ethereal and bring mystery to the mountains. How do you do that? You send me a sign of hope, for when I see you, I see another form of me. My life finds its purpose through our shared journey. There is a magic about you that shows your wonder. When you run, you simply run. Are you seeking everlasting freedom like me? Let us be free from the shackles of confinement and set ourselves free. Beautiful. Excellent effort at looking at the snow leopard from a multitude of perspectives. Beautiful, the ever elusive snow leopard in me. And in 5th place, The Summit from Sarah Mills, a conversation between the snow leopard and me. But what am I in this high Asian pastoral? Though I am sought after as the Brahma Kamal, a flower whose full bloom occurs only at night. What importance do I hold if I am never truly seen, if my own bloom, full bloom, never touches the light? I see in your irises pale shades of our earth, as though all the greens of the meadows began with you, how every stem of carex and capricia that bends to the breeze, like a sacred lungdil hung from the trees, is tinged with this primordial celadon. And in your rosettes, those limbal rings of different eyes that define the snow-white sclera of the mountainside, I sense my ancestors imploring me to protect our bonds of unity. Pratyasu Samupada, I hear them cry. Remember the creatures you live among. And so I promise to always watch over you. As you watch over this fragile Elysium, I will walk a path from fear to understanding, For the ranger must brave this rocky terrain, and you, ghost of the mountain, will always redeem. By feeding my family again and again, you will hunt the with agile limbs to ensure that when the sunlight dims, the world is safe, the water flows, and from the littlest popover to the people below, there is peace and equilibrium. I see now that you see me, how in the darkness of historic enmity, I have become rarer than the Brahma Kamal, so much more than predator in this pastoral. Yes, I am beautiful. Yes, I am strong, but I grow in the light of where I belong. And that, my friend, is side by side with you, amid the alpine grasses tinged with primordial celadon. Interwoven different perspectives on theme, the summit. And in fourth place, The Silent Call of Freedom from Neil Mukherjee. The call of the wild echoes across the mountains. One snow leopard's call for her cubs, one cub's cry for her mother as rifle shots strike from afar. The poacher focuses on his targets, on me, my father, my mother, and my sister. Whose prize are we to be? My only call for freedom is to be born free. As I climb these treacherous mountains, you wish to take away my life from me. I call for the silent freedom of our wilderness as you seek a glimpse of me. Who am I? I am the ghost who walks, Lord of the mountains and ruler of this terrain. I am not your king, but I claim the mountains, protector, observer, preserver, as your humanity declines. You know me by another name as I make this silent call for freedom. Striking. Easy to read, good theme, beautiful. In our third place, poetry, Spring Follows Winter from Emma Lee. In the wash of a wintry sun, a snow leopard licks her paw. A couple of brawl eye her warily as the herd eat. The watchers bow their heads. A vulture searches scents. A snow leopard sniffs the air. She rolls and wriggles, the friction rubbing pollen onto her fur. As she pads back to her den, spores drop to fertilize sparse soil. The brawl raise their heads. The herd can eat their fill. They know she picks the weakest just to fill her stomach, so the stronger travel on and mate. She, too, is a nomad, her scat warning other predators. This ghostly mountain wraith with death-colored rosettes enables life. Very nice, Emma. Beautiful. Spring follows winter. Nice circle of life theme. And in second place, Hope and Friction from Terry Feister. Millions of years ago, two land masses crashed open-armed into each other, grinding, gripping, and rising to create vast mountain ranges. Now, these snow-heavy shoulders on the Asian landscape reach to the heavens, forming a stark sanctuary for only the fittest of beasts. The snow leopard rules these cloud-coated peaks now, the once mighty overseer facing the rapidly advancing friction of living near humans. No matter what, this natural wonder is designed to survive in this bare, brutal world. Thick, dense fur hides it while holding heat against bitterly cold winds. Massive paws can gently guide a cub or claw a vice grip into the back of a blue sheep. Eyes, the soft color of a distant sea, are fierce, piercing the mist to spot prey on perilous slopes. Yet survival is not easy here for any creature, and history tells us it never was. When adventurers in snow leopard country climb high enough, they find fossils of marine creatures that died long before the great collision of continents. To think this jagged, skyscraping landscape holds the remnants of ancient lowland oceans. And then it gifted us with the mysterious and sacred ghost of the mountains. So life always finds a way. Even as climate change moves, the tree-lined snow leopards struggle to eat, and human families rush to defend their livestock. We can protect this precious mountain ecosystem while inventing new avenues for human prosperity. This may seem like a clash of values, blending cash and conservation, but life's invitation is for humans and snow leopards to coexist, to find hope in the friction, and thrive together in the inevitable erosion of time. Beautiful, Terry. Hope and friction. Wow, very well stated. Right on theme. I really like this poem. Fabulous poem. The title perfectly exemplifies the theme of this year's contest and the main goal of conservation, finding hope in the friction or conflict between species as we compete for resources. The blending of cash and conservation, while at first look seems like an oxymoron, is exactly what the mission is all about. A solution to the dilemma. Very well written. The words paint amazing pictures. Well done. And now, our first place poetry. Gray Shadow from Glenn Kempf. There is a place where mountains touch the sky. Kunlun, Tian Shan, Alatu, Altai. A place where peaks and cliffs rise steep or descend to valleys deep. A gray shadow roams the places high on soft paws, slipping ghostly by. A glimpse of fur, a tuft of tail, tracks upon the snow. One moment here, then gone again, where only they may go. But now the world at times seems small. Change comes even to mountains tall. The fleetest feet cannot outrun the melting ice, the poacher's gun. But even though days may seem dark, and all our prospects may seem stark, there still are those who serve and give to heal this world on which we live. My feet may never take that trail that leads into the mountains pale, but my heart with peace and joy will fill if gray shadows safely live there still. Congratulations, Glenn, on your first place. Beautiful. All the poetry this year was beautiful and thoughtful and stunning, and it was very hard to make a decision. But congratulations to you all. The judge's comments, beautifully written. I particularly like the following passage. My feet may never take that trail that leads into the mountains pale, but my heart with peace and joy will fill if gray shadows safely live there still. I find this to be so apropos, as most of us will never take the high mountain trail and see a snow leopard in the wild. But our hearts are filled with peace and joy, knowing the snow leopard remains, guarding over the landscape, thanks to the efforts of those who work so hard to protect it. Thank you for this beautiful reflection that exemplified this year's theme of our interconnectedness. And all the poetry does that so well this year. It's very, very close. Beautiful. And now we're going to take a little intermission. Take 5 or 10 minutes. Go get your favorite beverage, stretch a little bit, and we'll resume in about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start this last video during our intermission. I know some of you are probably still getting something to drink or stretching a little bit. It's entitled Ghosts of the Gobi, Using Drones to Assess Populations of Snow Leopard Prey Species. Our founder, Dr. Rodney Jackson, and Dr. Don Hunter have been working on a drone project used to monitor prey species populations. They started in Colorado and then they moved on to Mongolia. They're like in the second phase of their research with this to see better monitoring of population of prey species, because if you have a good population of prey species, then it would go to that you have a good population of predators. So I'm going to go ahead and start this.
we're running the mission. It is out there, which is fantastic. This is kind of a dream come true. My name's Rodney Jackson, and I'm a wildlife biologist. I was born in South Africa, grew up in Zimbabwe. Looking back on all of this, had I known some of the challenges, I probably would not have got involved in it. But at the same time, I really say to anybody, if you're passionate, if you want to do something that you're really excited about, go for it. And you'll probably find a way to get to the other side and make a valuable contribution to it. So we are now looking at thermal cameras. These are temperature sensing cameras that hopefully will be able to detect the prey animals, whether they're moving, resting, or foraging.
It's difficult to assess snow leopards in the field, how many of them. In the modern technology helps us with genetics and with the camera charts, but still it's expensive. If we would use drone with thermal cameras, then we can monitor trends of IBX population or Argade population. So if IBX population is all grown and Argade population number is grown, we would assume that snow leopard population will be doing well.
This stuff's worked more or less okay over in the States, and now we wanted to try it in real snow leopard country. So one of the big hurdles is just getting everything here and it's working. And this has never been tried before that I know of, so we're hoping for the best.
We have good technologies now coming out, like drones. But there is some difficulties like wind, weather situations, and batteries, other things. We are improving ourselves by year, day by day. So we need to walk with the technology also. That's the main thing I want to say. Use new technologies, use new methods.
They have been running land-based walk-in transects now for almost 10, 12 years. And we wanted to compare the drone counts to the walk-in counts. I'm nervous. We've seen the transects from Google Earth, but we've never flown them, and they're about 4 kilometers long to over nearly 3 miles, I guess.
This is day one. Let's don't take a chance.
I know what to say.
This morning we started earlier, just on 6 o'clock actually, arrived at site 4, transect number 4. The sun is coming up, it's good weather. We pretty well calm, at least at ground level, but there's probably, 5, 10 kph or maybe more up at 100 meters where it's flying. Other than that, we're running the mission. It is out there, which is fantastic, this is a kind of a dream come true. Animals. Great, we have some animals. Let's see them. Fantastic.
But 3 of them moving. They're gone now.
They're gone now. But we got some animals.
We got animals.
It was so cool.
They were moving down there. 3 little yellow specks.
Man.
Whoa. Oh, man.
That is close. That is really
is
close.
so
It's a little close
close.
for comfort.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Can you count again? I think 15.
15. I'm going to put
13 to 15.
13 to 15.
There's a lot of conflict between local people because snow leopards are killing livestock. And if we can build up the wild prey base, hopefully we can reduce the human-wildlife conflict. I would say to anybody, you're not going to make a lot of money, you're not going to necessarily break new ground, but you're going to help save a species that is really quite unique and that needs more Mongolians, more Nepalis, more Indians, more Russians, Kyrgyz people to do the protection and not, I feel very privileged having done the first study, but it really should be the indigenous, the up-and-coming biologists like Byra that should be doing this.
Not only biologists need to come together. You need to bring biologists together from different projects. Even you are working in different sites in Mongolia, and you need to collaborate very closely with local people. So these new methodologies should pass it by us to new generation and to have them better work, successful work.
Without the locals conserving the snow leopard, it's not gonna go well. It's a challenge for Mongolia. There's not many people wanting to be a conservationist. I will try my best to be a good wildlife conservationist, and then I hope my generations who is biologists will do the same.
I hope you enjoyed the videos. They're a good representation of what we've been working on with our partners in the field. Environmental education with youth in Nepal and predator proofing corrals. It's so important for conflict mitigation The drone project is fascinating. BWCDO in Pakistan has been a longtime partner, and they're doing great work with education and of youth and monitoring populations of snow leopards. Anyway, moving along, our next category is traditional media artwork, youth, 12 to 17. And in first place, Essence of the Mountains, a crayon from Susan Cobbett. From the judge, I smiled the first time I saw this piece. Good art moves the viewer, and this one made me happy. It portrays a feeling of love and protection and evokes a sense of peace. I hope this young artist continues to paint and look forward to seeing her develop in the coming years. Essence of the Mountains from Susan Cobbett. Congratulations, Susan. And next, our largest category, traditional media artwork, adult, 18 and over. In eighth place, a narrative from the artist. The air we breathe is a visual meditation on interdependence. The snow leopard, ghost-like and endangered, represents more than a species at risk. It symbolizes the fragile threads that bind all life to the planet we share. With every breath we take, we echo the pulse of the forests, mountains, and creatures seen and unseen. This work is a call to remember to protect one life is to protect the ecosystem of which we are all a part. The Air We Breathe, a colored pencil from Wendy Boland. Reference photo, Emmanuel Keller. From the judges, the snow leopard seems to be speaking to you. Beautiful. The air we breathe. And in seventh place, from the artist, I hope this makes people aware that snow leopards are on the brink of extinction, thus the title On the Edge. And I've deliberately indicated a narrow, snowy line to indicate both the snow leopard's direction and the danger of extinction. On the Edge, from Jackie Lee, an oil on canvas. Reference photo, Jim Coddington. Congratulations, Jackie. Stunning. From the judges, you can feel the intensity. Mm. And in sixth place, the narrative. All humans and animals share the same precious breath of life. Breath of Life, a pastel from Pat Schwab. Reference photo, Catherine Morgan. Congratulations, Pat. Mm. From the judges, beautiful piece, lifelike. The animal breathing comes through completely. Breath of Life from Pat Schwab. And in fifth place, On the Hunt, an acrylic glaze on canvas from Dagmar Dawson. Reference photo, Marcel Langham from Pixabay. I believe this is the first time Dagmar has entered. Beautiful. From the judges, very well done. The animal is well integrated into the mountain scene. Stunning. And in fourth place, look into my eyes. What do you see? What can you feel? The snow leopard is a vital keystone species in nature. Elegant, elusive, and misunderstood, often referred to as ghosts of the mountains, these fascinating beasts face threats from numerous sources that impact their survival. What lies beyond uncertainty is based on every action humans take. Are we willing to step up to make changes that will transform the destiny of the natural environment and eventually save the future of the snow leopards? Are we going to let their voices be heard? The hope lies in everyone who strives to make a difference. Fragility in the gaze of uncertainty. Colored pencils, oil wax based and water soluble, from Tala Victoria Ong. Reference photo, Rikunau. Striking. Look at those eyes. And the tail. Oh. Makes you want to reach out, touch it. From the judges, beautiful drawing of the animal and its grand tail. The eyes draw you in. Stunning. They're hypnotic. And in third place, we have a tie. A Bond Like No Other, a soft pastel from Sophie Parkhill. Reference photo, Emmanuel Keller via Wildlife Reference Photos for Artists. From the judges, they look so real, like you could touch them. Impressive piece. The bond between them is very clear. Although this portrait does not speak to the theme, it is a stunning painting and was one that caught my attention on my first viewing. There's no doubt the artist is a master in soft pastels and has produced a painting I would be happy to have in my home, and I wish I'd painted it. Part of the reason I like this piece is that it has a painterly feel. Although it is very similar to the reference photo, it is definitely a work of art. A bond like no other. And our other third place, the narrative reads, to highlight the precarious existence of this endangered species, I've chosen to portray a snow leopard resting and watchful on the edge of a mountain range. This supremely adapted animal, which thrives in extreme conditions, embodies both strength and endurance. Ironically, the beauty and rarity that make it remarkable also place it at risk of extinction. Through my art, I hope to convey the delicate balance between survival and vulnerability and underscore the urgent need for conservation efforts to ensure its future. Mountain Vigil, a colored pencil from Wendy Boland. Reference photo, Renee Schellenberg from Pixabay. Congratulations, Wendy. Delicate. Beautiful. And in second place, in keeping with the theme, I did a bit of research to find out how both the snow leopard and the domestic animals belonging to farmers' villagers high in the mountains are being protected and conserved. I was truly inspired by the video showing the enclosure for the village animals was built. I believe this was the one we just watched. I decided to try and show that not only were the domestic herds being protected, but also the snow leopard. Because of the enclosure, the snow leopard may not attack and kill one of the domestic farm animals. Thus, the farmer would not have to resort to killing the very beautiful snow leopard. This is the largest pastel I've ever attempted, but I feel it shows the snow leopard quietly sitting and watching after having walked through the enclosure, as you can see by the tracks in the snow, and the animals inside, in shadow, are safe and protected. This lovely piece is entitled Protection. It is a pastel on Canson velvet pastel paper from Catherine Marunas. What a fabulous painting. I love it that you did such extensive research upon which you based your artwork. The attention to detail is marvelous. I can feel that the snow leopard is at peace, though it cannot reach an easy dinner. This piece portrays harmony in the ecosystem. The use of color is lovely, giving the snow a cloud-like quality. Beautiful. And protection. Congratulations, Catherine. And in first place, Quiet Conquest focuses on the snow leopard as a spirit animal. The juxtaposition of the grace of the feline with the strategic complexities of the chess game invites us to contemplate our own journey. Each step taken by the snow leopard reflects an inner confidence, a whisper of intuition guiding it through the intricate labyrinth of existence. It challenges us to embrace our own quiet power, reminding us that the path to victory is often paved with thoughtful decisions and instinctual grace. Quiet Conquest, Pastel Pencils by Nadia Setter. Gorgeous. The theme of integrating with the world comes through in this thoughtful piece. And our grand prize artwork. High on a wind-scoured ridge, a snow leopard pauses above a mountain range valley strung with Tibetan prayer flags. I chose this vantage to reflect how the snow leopard functions in both story and ecology, a quiet overseer whose presence steadies the mountains it inhabits. The flags carry the daily hopes of the people who live along these slopes. Leopard's gaze suggests a parallel guardianship, tying human ritual to the living landscape. This piece was composed to honor the interwoven destiny of the third pole, stone, snow, predator, river, and villagers bound together by the same wind. The leopard is rendered naturalistically and kept foremost, while the flags sweep the eye through the past to imply movement of air, time, and prayers. By depicting watchfulness rather than action, I wanted to emphasize that conservation often looks like patience. Communities and wildlife enduring together. Protect the watcher, and you protect the peaks, the rivers, and the people beneath them. Between Prayers and Peaks, our grand prize winner this year from Katrina Bry, a soft pastel. Congratulations, Katrina. From the judges, I like how the prayer flags, the snow leopard, and the mountains all blend on theme. Well done. The snow leopard is beautifully drawn and painted. The amount of detail in the fur is enough to bring the leopard to life. It doesn't need more. The distant mountains are glorious. The prayer flags, down to their shadows, bring the story to life. I can see the artist has thought about the design of this piece. It is well thought out piece at all levels. That it is on theme is just a bonus. An extremely beautiful, detail-oriented painting, elegantly portraying the theme. The use of color is extraordinary. I feel like I'm sitting beside the snow leopard, feeling the wind, feeling the peace and tranquility of its private space. This is a very moving piece of art. Excellent. Between Prayers and Peaks. In our judges' comments to all the competitors, Such originality and artistic vision and innovation, all produced from the heart and soul with Snow Leopard spirit. There are some truly stunning pieces of art in this year's show. Many have been drawn, painted, or crafted with great deal of skill. The one sadness I have about art shows is not everyone can win. I believe every piece has merit. We have come together to show our love of snow leopards and our concern for their fragile existence in a harsh ecosystem, now threatened further by humans that surround it. I hope the art we create can further the conversation and bring awareness to the plight of this great cat. All I can say to every artist is well done and enjoy your artistic journey. Congratulations to all.